Hey guys. Oh man, I hope you can see me. I gotta here there. I don't want to touch it. It's Juicy Jude back. I want to say welcome back of anyone that's always returning. And if you're new and you've came upon this, glad you're here. I am the channel about, basically just wellness and consciousness and different things I channel and from my higher soul and my guides and my angels. So, Taurus babies, this is a reading that I did, and then after, if you're new, oh, and also if you're new, spread the consciousness by clicking in the, I believe it's in the lower right hand corner. It's a little small button there. You can subscribe, and that way you can share it, spread it, see if it resonates on any level for anything. Most of my stuff I'm doing usually is about higher soul stuff, like higher consciousness. You want to call it the higher brain from the neocortex, or you want to call it God, spirit. It's all relevant. It's all the same fucking day, man. So anyway, and that still magnolias. God don't, Dolly Parton's like, God don't matter which church you go to, just as long as you show up. Anyways, that's kind of, it doesn't really matter because it's just a higher consciousness. And if you're in that place of the inside job and owning your shit and all of that, then you already know what I'm talking about. And probably you're here because you do. So anyhow, let's getting on with this. Also at the bottom of, and like in anything that you want to talk about, if there's at the bottom of the description box below, there is my website that you can go to if anyone wants a private reading or Rolfing or any of the things that I offer in my many talents and blessings and gifts. So anyway, you are welcome to reach out if that's something that you dig or you resonate with. So Tauruses, man, this is going to be lengthy because I got a lot with you. And then when I do the cards afterwards, it always comes up. There is a few surprises here and there. And a lot of it, this one, it's like, man, this is a big waiting shit. Like every time I do Taurus, and by the way, you can be male or female in any of this that's coming up because it's a lot about your own feminine energy that we're going to be getting into and balancing it with the masculine. But the point of it is that it doesn't matter where, if you have Taurus, a sun, it's very strong in your chart. No truth, no truth. So if that's the case, then you can, use that as your, like, this is a high energy because the sun is pretty, big energy. That's why everybody knows their sun sign. But if you have moon, Venus, rising Taurus, or anywhere that Taurus is in your chart, so like even if you're a sun Taurus, like say, I'm a Taurus, I have a Leo rising. So I always do, when I always see in a Sag, I always do the Sag, I have a lot of fire. So all the things I have, I always look at that for myself anyway. And then, I have Taurus, my sun is in my 10th house, which is public career. So whatever thing that resonates for you, what I'm trying to say is if this reading is coming up for you strongly or someone it might be because of the house placement of your Taurus, because everybody has it somewhere. This is Taurus, my beautiful bowls. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. And then, of course, this is Venus rules it. And it is an earth sign. There we go. Yeah. Earth sign. That's pretty, huh? Anyway, I'm just painting a green man and another thing. Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy. Ganesh and Lakshmi. I'm crazy with the painting. I'm getting crazy, not with the cheese whiz, with the paints. Anyway, however that goes. So anyway, this is about what's going on. Now, I'm going to say, first of all, everybody that knows, I usually go first into like the higher ascended master energy. And so that's what I kind of, that's the top of the, that's it. That's the higher knowing. So everything kind of goes with that. But right now I'm feeling like what I felt for you. First of all, I'm just going to say, and spirit, guides and angels, my higher soul, ascended masters, thank you. And please and thank you. Guide me with anything that needs else to be, because I try to get this done before it's already going to be lengthy. So I don't want to um, get it, but too lengthy. So that's why I can't do all this before I do it. We are going to do a few more things after this, but I do have a lot to say. So I'm going to try to shut the fuck up and get into it. Basically, there is, I don't want to lose these because I'm going to have to read to y'all. We're going to have reading time. So, anyways, the Thoth came in for sure. So it almost feels like there's something going on. And, I felt like there's some leaving a situation that will be happening soon. When I looked into a timeline, I have to tell you, I got two timelines in this energy. One of them is like right away, like an ending of something, like now, like soon, right now, if that resonates. And it doesn't have to mean the same for all of us. Like some of us may be like, oh, that's kind of not resonating in that way, because there could be many scenarios around this. But just listen, that's why I go into the spirit of it, because I don't do relationship that much unless it comes in, because this is about an inside job. So basically I was a tantra teacher, and I just want to kind of go into that. And I've done it with you guys before, but I'm gonna say it again. You're no good unless you know how to balance, baby. I don't know. But basically it's because, like the Celestine prophecy, that's an old one and a goodie, James Redfield. But if you take a half C, like a half person that's not really integrated, and the other one, ooh, you fulfill each other. It's kind of like a narcissist codependency. After a while, you kind of just, the energy is not there to sustain it because you don't have it all in you. So basically, it's kind of a tall order, but really, it's the only. I mean, look at the only reason that everybody's like, well, my grandparents were the best relationship I ever had. Well, yeah, that's what it looked like to you. But you know what? In those days, a lot of them didn't have a choice and really couldn't stand even being there, but didn't want to be home because it was worse. So, I mean, generations went through different trials and tribulations of their the time frame. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? No true, no true, baby. One time right now. So basically, I'm just saying that's the thing. Now, right now, like when I look into see, I feel a lot of first of all, there's going to be a balance theme through this whole thing. That's when I taught tantra. I always started with the person. Everybody thinks it's about sexual energy. Well, it is about sexual energy, but first it's about finding your energy in yourself and marrying your feminine masculine energy inside of yourself, so that we don't be dicking around trying to be codependent or needing energy from someone else, because we're doing that inside. It's an inside job. Call off the search, man. Like I always say, I picture people walking down from the mountain. They fucking hiked all these way looking for the answer, the scribes, all this shit, and here they come walking down, and they're like, oh, it was inside the whole time? Shit. I don't know. I love it because I always like, oh, the Tibet thing. I just always think how cool just to be way the fuck up there. But then also, if you're hiking up to get the ants, it's almost like the Wizard of Oz. They go and they just to find out the motherfucker wasn't really real or something. Anyway, I got to turn this off, y'all. This phone, if I leave it on, it could, who knows what it will do. It's been giving me some shit lately. Anyway, I don't know. Is Mercury? So basically, in retrograde, I haven't looked, but I do know there's not much going on. There is absolutely nothing really happening today as far as conjunctions or trines or squares or anything like planet wise going in on this time right now. There's nothing really going. It's kind of blank, which is nice. It could be uneventful, but it's also going to be very nice to not have no shit. Because another thing that I feel is that y'all, well, first of all, let's just go into the past of it. Was like, I feel like there was something that you had to, that you were, it's almost like there was something that you were doing. It could have been business. It could have been the head of, just really had your shit together, just creatively, or, just work wise or something or whatever, just anything that feels like, and then something happened and it feels like, it feels like to me, and I don't know how this is going to resonate. It could be family. It could be something that you felt deceived. Somebody deceived you because you trusted someone because your passion was high and you were but there was something that happened where you were deceived, and it could have been a man, a fire sign or something that did it to you, or this could be you, I don't know, however that goes. But at the present, here we've got you at the, because this is why I think I feel that this is the Taurus, but this could be, cross watcher, or it could be a family member that's like a very powerful man in the family. It could be, it feels like it's a very masculine energy. And so it's, the king of the fucking fire. Motherfuckers, damn. I mean, I love the fire. If I didn't have my fire so strong, because I mean, thank God for my Taurus, because I mean, you'd never get me back down to earth, really, if I didn't have that, because I got so much fire, it's ridiculous, and no water in my chart. But we got this guy here, and I really dig him, man. I dig him because he's the king of money, the pinnacle. So we got the king in the reading already for y'all, and it gets better because there's a lot of powerful energy in this, in you. That's what I'm feeling. The only thing is this deception card, okay? Because I did feel a little bit of something about it. And I find it's like a deep reality that always kind of gnaws at you but I want everybody to realize that this is we all have, when we go through these experiences of life, which they're not all, rosy and shit. They suck a lot sometimes. You're like, fuck, man, what just happened? And it's rough. No one said it was always, that's how we learn. But if we make those steps in spiritual understanding and overstanding and understanding, then and what was our lesson in this? Because we're co-creators of our lives. And I'm not saying that we deserved anything like any kind of abuse. But the thing is, somehow we needed to create that experience, especially when you see it happen twice, a couple times in a row, keeps going on, then that, wow, what the fuck am I doing? Somebody's got to stop and be like, what? But if you make it in spiritual overstanding, understanding, then you don't have to do it again. And this is what Athena, really coming up. Just get her away from the drama, man. Go now from it. No more. This is no more. This is like if you didn't learn by now about this shit, then you probably didn't make it through the ascensions that we've been going through lately. A lot of different levels of ascension, subtle, but real. In fact, you don't even realize, sometimes it feels like you're in another realm, and you like, is this real? Am I in a parallel universe, or am I dreaming, or what the fuck is going on? I mean, I don't know if y'all are feeling that, but if you are, that means that you made it. It's a little trippy though. Anyway, this guy, and I'll tell you what, I know I've shared it with my listeners before, but this deck is just beautiful. It's so, like, the art, it's the Raider, it's the normal, like the original Wader Right deck, but the artwork on it is just it's like it glows. It's just beautiful. I love it. I love these cards. But these two, okay, so basically, when you're at an 8, it's like in the tarot deck, or whatever, you can, in anything, maybe when you're at an 8, it's like you've been through the fool's journey, has went through the different elements. The fool came down and it fell off a cliff and knocked itself unconscious. And it's on my channel here if you want to. I did a whole thing on the fool and the high priestess. I got a whole shitload of the shit on there. You just have to look it up and search it. It's on there. But basically, the fool goes down, and when he goes down through fire, the element of fire, he goes through the fire, the page. Wow, here I am, brand new from the fool, and I'm going through this journey of what fire has to teach me, the fire of my personality, right? So he goes and he does, then he learns how to do the 2 and the 3, and fire does it different. Like, so if you're talking about when he goes through his emotional level of the cups, the water, he's going to go through it with relationships, as to where fire goes through it more with their creativity, and that pertains to that. And then, the swords are about their mental process, their mind fuck with themselves, or mental masturbation, or whatever number it's on, And then the fool with the money, the pentacles cards, they go through it, and then they master it when they get to the queen and the kings, But when they first come down, they're just coming in with the ace, and then we go through the process and starting with the 2s. So when we're at the 8, so when we get to, let's say we get to the, okay, we go up, we start, the twos are like, okay, so we're gonna combine this. Maybe we find somebody else that's gonna do it with us because we're already at the ace, so we know we already have this idea or this whatever suit we're dealing in, and then we want to then maybe bring somebody else into it, or a partner, a business partner, or whatever, or with the pinnacles, it's kind of like that, but it can also be a partner in any direction depending on the rest of the reading, obviously. But I always go towards, like, if it's just that, it's like usually about money. Well, when it goes through the three, then you got a third partner, which sometimes, depending on whether it's good or not in your reading or your field, it could be like, if we had this deception motherfucker here, right here, I would be like, and that's your deep reality, I'd be very careful of any third party coming in, or it could be that somebody's fucking around and has a third secret relationship, or something's going on. It could be anything. So just remember, threes sometimes are great, because sometimes if you're in the fire realm, you're like, yeah, let's do this, and everybody comes together with a good idea. So it can be good, just depending. So on your, what you resonate. When we get to the five, well, the four, it's like, well, I'm bored now. I mean, I've got everything. I'm fat and sassy with my money and shit, and I'm not working 9 to 5 no more. And I don't have to, you know, kiss anybody's ass. I'm doing well, but I'm kind of bored now. I guess I didn't create something else, and I'm just sitting here, and spirit's literally like trying to reach out from and tell you what to do, and you're just like complacent, a little bit bored, lazy, kind of a little lazy. And then you get to the five, where you kind of lose everything, and you're just, fives are really hard with these. And then you get to the 6 and 7. Anyway, when you finally get to the 8, it's almost like you've pulled it back together. You kind of harvested, and then now the manifestation of all that shit you went through is actually paying off to you. And then then you're completing it in the 9 and 10. But this is the 8, so this is like a harvest time for everything. Look at him. He's like, what can I say about this guy here? I mean, it's like he's mastered the magician in the 8 of money. You know what I mean? Like because he had to wait, because this is the waiting. This is the waiting, the hope, the waiting for the harvest. And then the 8 is where it's came. Now it's there. Now you have the other thing. So whatever's crossing it, it can be a help or it can be a hinder, depending on what's going on. But the Taurus energy, honeys, I am telling you right now, I know, because I've been doing, even if it wasn't me, because I mean, actually, when I do this, I have to go back and look at it. And then I'm like, what? I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I'll look at it again later, and I'll see a lot of shit that happens for me too. But basically, this beautiful harvest that's coming now, here we are. We are the wizard. We are the motherfucker that did the inside job. We've got through the whole challenges. We've lost. We've came back from nothing, got it all, lost it all, and then we had to be humble, and then we harvested it, did the work, and we didn't be lazy. And here we are at the 8, where it's the harvest time. It's like, oh, look at this. This is my hard work paid off. Kind of a really good moment. And then you're right on up your way to get into the king and the knights and all of that. Anyway, the thing is, what's crossing you here or helping you is the wheel of fortune. Whoa, that's the divine timing, right? We don't know, because it's like, what in the fuck? This is taken for. I mean, I've never had a spell like this. Usually, I know it goes up and down. We got all these little retrogrades and fucking moons and super moons and equinox and all this shit going on that we go through, but. And then, for our chance of ascending and keeping our shit together, because making that spiritual understanding, you never have to meet that lesson again. You won't repeat it once you are aware that you are in a lesson. Grasshoppers, right? And so the wheel of fortune's like, wait, buddy, you know what? Sometimes you don't know exactly, fool, what time it is for you, because your higher soul, you're not listening to something. But this is us, your guides and angel hires. We all are collaborating to make sure this is if you were to go right now, something fucked up will happen, maybe. Or maybe you had to go somewhere and you're like, and why did this happen to me? Because If it didn't, you might miss out on something that you're supposed to be someone else, somewhere else. You got to see, the faith, man, because you got to have faith, the faith, the faith. You got to have faith. So these two, and you know what's funny too, this came up twice in another deck. Yes, it did. And I'm going to tell you where it's at in a minute if I can find it. It's not really important, just so that you know that it came up again now, in another deck, because they do that. And I'll tell you in a minute what this Pavariti came up twice in your deck. I'll get into that in a minute. That's the higher ones. But you know what? They want you to balance the energy of that you already know you're seeing the situation, accurate, whatever it is in your life, you're seeing it. It could be a situation that you want to get, but it also says that you need to find the blessings in it, whatever you're at, until you can move from it. And that's Baba G in the house. He comes up, I channeled with him. He helped me write a whole thing called Enlighten Up. Yeah, this guy here. He's up in the Himalayas, just disappeared. Never found him because he's ascended. He just comes back and forth whenever he wants. He's on a higher vibration. So anyway, raising it on up. Raise it on up, Baba G. I love him too. He's a fucking great energy, man. Well, Thoth over here wants you to write too, and Buddha wants you to meditate. So Baba G wants you to fucking move your body and make sure that you're staying juicy and not being complacent. That way you're moving energy. So you have to go between seeing. And the Tantra, the reason I bring that up is because I feel like this is really about being sure. And Tauruses are very, very spiritual beings. I know that for sure. I know that a lot, deep down, even if they are earth, they're about money, whatever. But they're grounded, man. They got that beauty of Venus. They just have a lot of good shit. But because and a lot of people there have healing abilities too, or psych, going into the other realm abilities. So when I always do, like the Two of Cups came out in this spread, I really didn't get this part because I was doing it higher. So most people would say, oh, maybe you're going to meet somebody. I don't think spirit doesn't show me that. So the cards come out, I have to see them the way that I see it in spirit. And this is about the union between your masculine and feminine. And it came out very strong in something, and I'm going to remember in a minute, but one of it could be the otter. I got to read you the otter, man. The otter. That's the one that came out for the Taurus tribe. So, it's just about this amazing energy. I never really worked it. It just came out. I was like, what? The otter? I don't think I've ever really had that in a reading. But anyway, I liked it. So I'm going to read it to you. But, so you're seeing everything accurately, but you need to find the blessings at the same time. So it's about temperance again. But look at this beautiful motherfucker. Where's she at? Temperance, where are you? She's so pretty. But don't forget, below this is, here she is. Look at her. Temperance. Balance. This is like, we would say temperance represents, if we were to say Libra energy, which is true, but it's also about justice and judgment in the cards in the higher arcana, and just both of them are higher arcanas. But this one is also, but the thing is, justice, man, is more 3D, and this one's more of the ethers in my knowing. So that's how I feel it. And anyway, you got to do that. But detaching and going away from drama is it's essential. And it is tied to this, but this is also the deception that you might have, whatever you experienced, it really does have a hold on you, because one of the things that Tauruses hate the most is not to be told the truth and to be lied to and deceived. We hate that shit because we are loyal and we don't like that shit. Like it's almost like really, I'm not sure if you can still love them, but you have something that never will be replaced after somebody does anything. So you maybe have a little bit of, maybe you recreated it. You were I don't know what happened here, but whoever knows it, and you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. I got to turn this light back on, y'all. Hold on. This thing just likes to go off at once, but you can't see me. And how would you like that? Nobody would want that, would they? You guys, you know you love me. So basically, yeah, and then and I'm feeling like if the Tauruses don't walk away from this, that's the only negative. Like really, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of movement, a lot of good shit with this reading, but I don't feel like I feel like it's going to take a lot of more of this. But oh my god, you guys, it's just crazy. It just comes up over and over, like the waiting and hoping. Like it's like when the fucking wheel of fortune, but divine timing, man. We got to know how faith. And then we got this guy at the end because I like these ones. But also, what did I see? Yeah, oh yeah, you got a lot of. Oh, this one's like the future for you, for us, for everybody, or for everyone. This can be collective. Everybody's got Taurus somewhere. Look it the fuck up. But if it's your sun sign, moon sign, rising, Venus, like whatever, wherever Taurus is strong, there is Taurus. Like, I mean, I don't have any water, but somewhere the water's all in my chart somewhere when I was born in my natal chart. So I can also look at that if it resonates. So, and if y'all want to call me, I can teach astrology class I have online. Should I do? And um, God, this thing, you guys, it's like it's Halloween though. Look, boo. I need to light a candle. That would be fun, but I think I took them. Here, I got one. I'm gonna light this. That's gonna be fun. It's all spooky. Love is kind of crazy with a spooky little girl like me. Okay, let's light this. Let's light this motherfucker. It'll be fun. We're gonna do this by spooky candlelight. And I pray that you guys can hear me because if it did it before. Ooh, hi guys. I'm gonna put it right here and see if that helps. No, it doesn't. It doesn't help at all. Okay, whatever. I tried. And so anyway, we're gonna keep on moving, and I'm just gonna come over here and turn this on again. So this is thing, but Thoth is wanting you to write some shit down because it feels like you know what? Somebody needs to be recording some of the crazy shit that's going on in your life. Everybody's. I mean, I know I'm just recording it, but I know that somebody will put it together because this is nuts. So writing is good. He channeled the scribe writers. He was a channel. They channeled this motherfucker. This is how they, this kind of energy is how they seen the ones that they channeled because they were gods to them, but it was really their higher souls and their guides and angels or whatever, on other realms. So he would channel them how to write those scribes, man. How do you think these Mayans got up there to the thing? The Lemurian giants helped them out. That's what happened. Anyway, because I was there. And I also was in the Mayan temples. I know those short motherfuckers couldn't have made it all the way up there. They had to have some big ass tall motherfucking help. Okay, so anyways, now there is a thing that these see with the money, the fools go into the money. You gotta, and here's the other thing. You got so much, this is wild because it's like you have so much in fire, like passion. And it feels like in some ways it has been repressed because of the fact that you haven't learned the temperance or the waiting game, which is here again. And then we also have this, which is really trippy because I got my the other goddess deck from the Ascended Master, same ones, same author. I mean, and I love them. I've had them all forever, but you have a sensitivity to a lot of the Taurian energy or wherever this is that applies to you. It's very sensitive, and it's like you might be realizing that there's places that you will go or noises just don't resonate or something doesn't feel right. You just something, you get like an intuition, like a high priestess vibe, like what the fuck is this? And it doesn't feel good. And so you need to pay attention to that. And you have to also be receptive to receive from the universe, which can come in different ways. And that way you get more, you're just giving and receiving, like breathing. You can't hold your breath and you can't just breathe out. Like you have to have that receptivity. Hathor and White Tara is telling you that so that Lakshmi can come the fuck in. Yeah. And there's a lot of money, man. There's a lot of money around you, but you just got to get out of these situations and wait for the divine timing, which is a pain in the ass. But you got Pavariti, I was going to tell you twice, which is about well, And then there's Ganesh. So you got Lakshmi and Ganesh, man. I don't even know what to say about that because I'm already like I got a little painting. You can't. I would show it to y'all, but it's like in its early stages, and it needs to just not be bothered right now until I'm done with it more. But I got her coming in. But there's a story about Pavariti, and it's a good story. I don't want to go into it because I got so much to cover still. But it's about, really just, and then I just did the Green Man too. He came in too. But basically, he came in because, it's about staying in with the nature and being grounded with your roots and wings so that you can do the masculine and the feminine. It's about really, and it feels like, because a lot of you might be working too hard. A lot of you might not be, trying to figure out how to balance it down here with your roots. A lot of you are just working too hard and putting your feet in, you get breaking your backs. I feel like breaking, I get this metaphor of like I'm breaking my back trying to do something. That's like too much, man. It's you need to let that down and nurture yourself and wait, till you integrate your female, because the masculine is really for a lot of us inside of us. I got to do this. I got to, worrying. There's a lot of worry that's going on with that masculine energy right now in anyone, but definitely it's coming up in this reading. And hey, I can do Scorpio before the end of the month and maybe come up with the same things because it's a like I said, it's just coming up. There's a lot of these things just keeps coming up, but it's also individual. But don't worry because the future has this ace. I mean the ace of wands, which is the creativity, the fire, man. It's about that. It's about like, and then you also have the ace of, you got the pentacles and the fire. So it's like, well, once you get rid of this bullshit, you'll be able, like if you're on the other side of it and you haven't gotten rid of the bullshit yet with your whatever's going on, it could be a family member, it could be a significant other, it could be a job, I don't know, whatever it is that's this crazy little situation. This thing's crazy. It's Halloween, man. It is just spooky as shit, guys. I feel scared. I'm gonna see if I can do this without catching myself on fire. That would suck. No, on live shit. Anyways, I'm sorry about the lights. We'll let it cool down for a minute. Maybe that's what's going on. It's kind of dark. I'm sorry. But anyway, you can still hear me. But this is about trusting the intuition, but also knowing you learned this lesson about deception for a reason, and you know how to keep that in bay. I'm going to have to turn this back on because I got to read to y'all. All right, no way. Well, I guess I can do it. Maybe I could do it. I can do it if I have my flashlight up here. I don't think it's up here though. Well, because this is really exciting. Now, let me see if I got anything else before I go. So basically, and then I don't know why, but the last time I did a Taurus thing, see, I did this, I do it on here, but I also have private clients and that are, one of them definitely Taurus. And then another one that's my daughter's friend, but they're all Tauruses. And she just got a job at a crystal shop. And then the other Taurus actually there's two others, and they both are, one of them has all these crystals and the other one, it does these charges in her work with them. And the crystals you can't see it, but they keep coming up with it every time with this thing, whatever I'm doing with the Tauruses. I don't know if I have crystals everywhere, but I'm not really sure what, significance they have for me, except for I put, maybe I need to stick them in my bath more often with my salts. Otherwise, I have them and I cleanse them regularly, but maybe I need to get more. Maybe that's a fucking deal. Anyways, so receptivity, remembering, keep that together. And so it's almost like your masculine and your feminine need to, it's like a contradiction almost. Like I gotta ground. It's like it's not really a contradiction. Think of it as the high priestess and the magician, right? It's the same thing because it's inside of us both, but it's like the high priestess is about the higher brain and then getting into your feminine energy, the sona, the midbrain. And then, the magician is learning to manifest all this shit through the personality energy, the sword energy, the mental realm. So, because we have to have both. You can't live on this planet if you don't have, everybody's like, well, I don't have an ego if their spirit's like bullshit. You have to. You can't create time and space and distance without 2 points of consciousness, which is what this neocortex, the secondary consciousness is, man. What the fuck are you talking about, you dumbass? You better go, you better meditate. Baba G says you better meditate and do some yoga. Okay? Don't be dicking around. Don't be dick dancing around. I mean, we don't have time for your bullshit. The drama, and that's the other thing. It's like you can tell when people are full of shit too, and walk away, walk away. Okay, let me see if I can get this light on again. I gotta read to y'all. It's story time, and this is not cooperating. Please let it do it. Let it do it. Let it shine. Let your light shine. Like a mountain breeze, let your love flow. Okay, I better hurry before it's too late. I feel like I'm numbered. I feel like a number. Okay, the otter. This is so cool though, y'all. Okay, the medicine held by otter is a set of lessons in the feminine energy. This applies to both men and women. All of us have female sides. The otter's hide is very often used to make medicine bags for powerful women because it represents balanced female energy. Otter is very caring of its young and will play for hours performing all types of acrobatics. It lives on land but always has its home near water. The elements of earth and water are the female elements at home in both of these elements. Otter is the personification of femininity, graceful. Otter is the true coquette of the animal world. Otter is always on the move and very curious. Unlike other animals, otter will not start a fight unless it is attacked first. You know what? It's funny because it says they'll trust people unless they prove them otherwise, which is part of that deception thing. It just, what I think it does? It just hurts us. We just, as Taurus energy, we don't like that. We don't like people lying and shit. It's just, it's unnecessary, really. It's just stupid. It's almost like an insult to yourself, too, because not only did you hurt my feelings and deceive me when I trusted you, but you are really trying to tell yourself that you don't deserve to tell the truth because that's just sad. I don't want it. If I don't deserve, I'm like, fuck it. Yeah, I say fuck. And you know what? I've done things. I do things. I tell you, I don't give a fuck. It made me who I am or whatever I've done. And I like them all. There's a few things I'd change, like couple of things. That'll be another thing. In fact, I got videos probably on it. So anyway, this is about the character traits are beauty of the balanced female side, the side of ourselves that creates a space for others to enter our lives without preconception or suspicions. Otter teaches us that balanced female energy is not jealous or catty. It is sisterhood, content to enjoy and share the good fortune of others, anchored in the understanding that all accomplishments are worthwhile for the whole tribe. Other people express joy for others. So, it's like, if you think about people that are like, well, let's read the contrary. Okay. In the otter card appears in the, contrary. You may be running from one idea to another without any focus at all. This could also imply that you have forgotten how to receive and are blocking a gift from the universe with your male side. So your male side is blocking your feminine side from receiving inside of you. And that's what I keep trying to tell. I do spirit coaching and stuff. And I'm like, I had a client the other day and I'm like, what is the pattern? What is the pattern that you keep creating? What is inside of you that you can't, what is it that you are creating sabotaging relationships that, I mean, some people have different lessons. Not everybody has that. Not everybody has that. What is it about you that wants to sabotage yourself? Because if you're not in a sabotaging relationship, because you don't want to do it to yourself, but you will if you don't have one. What is it? Until you heal that, this might just keep repeating itself like a groundhog fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants no groundhog day. I don't want groundhog day every day. It's so boring. I came here to enjoy shit. I like aesthetics and beautiful things. That's why I paint. But this is the thing. If it's blocking the universe's gift with your male side, if this is the case, you may be embarrassed to receive compliments or to have someone hug you or to allow your genuine personality to come out. The fear of being rejected is the contrary message of Otter. Drop the seriousness on all levels and play at life so that the fear rolls off your back. Like a cute little otter. Realize that the only flow is the flow of love from the Great Spirit to you, from you to others, and from others back to you. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. You know how they say enter the kingdom of heaven like a child? Well, the otters, like, this is our also our gift. Like the feminine energy, yeah, like caring without jealousy. And I know, when you have a sister that you go and you're like, yeah, I mean, not everybody's the same personality. We all have different things, but when you have a friend that is really happy for you. But you also know, and I know everybody's had it, that when somebody pretends to like it but really is quite not happy about it, and it could be a parent, it could be a sibling, it could be anyone, it could be someone or anyone. But you all should know that some people don't want you to move on, and especially parents can be this way because they feel like if you succeed, then they didn't, because there's just a weird shit that goes on with parents too. That's inner child work. So we do that too. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and let it be at that, except for if I have one more thing. Hold on. Yeah, look at. Okay, if you have drawn this symbol, Otter may be telling you to become the playful child and to be simply allow things to unfold in your life. There's the waiting again and the wheel of fortune, divine timing. So, hurry up and wait, right? What the hell are you going to hurry for? What do you got to do? I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. I really love to watch them roll. All right, let's just sing or something while we're waiting, because there's some still waiting going on. I'm feeling it too. I'm feeling waiting still, and I almost feel like I'm going to tell you that too. I was going to tell you there's a couple, and I think a lot of the times, it could be two anything, but most of the time when I'm doing it, spirit gives it to me in a symbol where I see it in my through my crown of a month. It usually, when I get a number, it's usually about a month. That's what I usually get. And I think that's because that's how they know I see it. But that would make it February. So if you want to write that down or remember that somehow, there could be something going on there. And I don't know what the fuck it is. Oh, look at this again now. I've got to tell you this. Okay. The feminine energy without games or control is beautiful. Experience it. It is the freeness of love without jealousy. Wow. Let me read that. Oh, I gotta say that again, because that's like I just felt it come in. The feminine energy without games or control or drama is beautiful experience. It is the freeness of love without jealousy. Wow, that's what I'm saying. Okay, a higher, we got to take it up. We have to have the ego for our the experience here, but we can't let this part of the brain rule us. That's how we got controlled. That's why people got controlled. We got to raise it up and know that that's our faith. That's our, that's where we are. That's where we made ourselves from. Okay. It is the joy of loving other people's children and their accomplishments as much as your own. And you know what? I had a tribe when my daughter was growing up here and in Belize, and in Sedona and here in Belize. I had it in both places, and people that were a tribe. And it's like when you have that, there's just so much love to, because you're helping the kids and you're homeschooling or you're making school, you're doing this shit, teaching gardening. There's just so much love about it when somebody's really passionate. That's the fire energy about what they do, right? Okay, I'm gonna start going off here, and who knows how long this will be. Okay, everybody, you don't have to listen. You know what you can do? The good news about this is you can just clean your house and listen to it. And if it gets too long, you can just pick it up the where you left off another time to hear it all. Okay. It's just cool. It may be time to examine your feelings about sharing the bounty of your life with others. Otter may be saying that the finer qualities of the feminine need to be striven for in both men and women, so that the unity of spirit can be achieved. This would involve the destruction of jealousy and all the acts of anger which stems from fear. It would mean keeping a hawk eye on your ego and maintaining total trust. It would mean a world full of people coming together to honor the right of each person to be. I just I just want to be. Give me a reason to love you. Give me a reason. I just I just want to be a woman. Feminine. I don't want my masculine holding me down. I don't know. Bow, bow, bow. Portishead. Oh my God. It just came out. As y'all know, I just go crazy sometimes with it. Ah, give me a reason to trust you. That's good. It actually goes with what we're saying. That's why it came in. Okay. So anyway. Okay. Have you received any messages in your meditations? Become otter and move gently into the river of life. Flow with the waters of the universe. This is a way of balanced female receptive energy. That came up, reception. Look, there it is. Honor it. In doing so, you will discover the power of feminine energy, your high priestess in all of us. That's fucking right. We already read the contrary. I know I had to stop because the law was in there, man, with that. And that way you guys can play it anyway. This is really, really good. And also, it teaches us the importance of not hanging on to material things that would bind you or become a burden. Woo, that's hard for us, Tauruses. Did you see that? I was like, what? What? Don't fuck with my aesthetics, my shit. But it's true. There is a lot of things. I liked whenever I think of this, whenever this comes up for me, it's like, the Buddhists that go and create, because I do a lot of mandala and dot work and things, and it's like they just it takes them like they'll just go down and make this fucking masterpiece and then throw it in the river after the whole thing to prove detachment, right? And it's like I'm just really getting into this today because it's just important, all of it. It's like, yeah, I'm not saying we all need to go fucking give our shit away and not care it because I don't believe we come to the earth to be abstinent of, some people might have, but if you're here you're in your ether or I'm on my star, I know food doesn't taste the way it does here. It's just different when you're digging in the earth and you're actually growing. It's a harder place. It's a 3D, the density of the inertia of the physical matter, which over there it does not have to meet. That's why we're attached by this. We had to create the bodies 7 levels down. Fuck, what a trip. Some people created the dinosaurs, some people the butterflies, which is funny because the next one's a butterfly, but we're not going to do that. I'm already on the otter right now. It came in. So basically it's about, in looking how you can learn from otters' habits, you might look at the joyness of the receptive side of your nature. Have you given yourself a gift recently? Have you received any messages in your meditations? We already said that, but I just wanted to tell you, man, shit, that's good, right, man? That's a message for everyone, but definitely that's what came in for the Tauruses. I just do it for the collective anyway. That's what happened. So let me see what else I got to say to y'all and me, maybe. It's about this constant balance, the temperance, so you can bring in the new, but you have to realize that you are very sensitive to shit and you can't maybe operate the way you used to. So don't try to come in from these shifts that you perhaps are going through, because I know Tauruses are badasses, man. I know for sure that we know we know that we can't be around certain things, especially if you've been shifting, man. It's like, I got to get the fuck out of here because I can make the weather change. My friends, and they all call me here, believe the Ixchel, motherfucker. I made it, I can do the elements. If you're alone in nature, you can do a lot of shit you never knew. But in this situation, what we're coming into, what I'm feeling is something's leaving. You have to balance your own medicine within yourself, and you have to honor yourself in both levels. And if you have a mother or anybody in the feminine family member that there could be something about that too that you have to heal, because your masculine's been taking over. There's a lot of worry. Could be not sleeping well too. If that's the case, then take a Quaalude. No, I'm just kidding. By the way, I'm just kidding. I don't know if they have those shit anymore. But I'm just saying, like, no, if that's happening, there is something that you might want to try. It's Dream Beam tea. I think it's called, but it's like hot chocolate. You take it like 30 minutes before bed. It's got all kinds of good shit in it, and people are really digging it. And I haven't tried it, but I have told some people about it with sleep problems because I had heard such good things, and they reported that it worked good for, I don't know. I haven't followed up to see how long it was working, but I love the energy of the otter, man. That was cool. And then, I was going to go in and tell you about this other shit, but I think that's so much. I don't know if we need to really. I feel the Venus energy is moving through. I mean, it just always makes you so Venus, I know Venus seems like etherically, but Venus is about creativity on every level. So it's like if you were creating something, she's definitely in there. And Saint my kombucha. I always feel Saint Germain and hilarious. Like I feel the green and the purple motherfuckers around me whenever I'm doing my kombucha and chanting to it when I'm making it. And other things. I mean, they're there for the alchemy. And even if you just need to, like, the world we live in is so full of fucking shit. If we watched everything we did, like, oh, I can't eat that, just alchemize it. We're more powerful than we know. We don't even give ourselves the fucking credit. But basically, that's the gist of this whole thing. And the positive change, I want to get into that for a second. This may not mean that you're leaving for good. I mean, going now, I feel like you're leaving a situation. I don't know if that means leaving, moving. It could definitely mean moving. I'm feeling that, but it could mean just a minute away, a little, maybe go volunteer overseas or go help the children or just take a little fucking retreat somewhere. I don't know. But Pavariti is coming in, and then Ganesha. And then, I mean, I felt the movement, and I just feel like this Pavariti, though, twice, because I have the same deck, and I put them together. That way, if I can see that they come up twice, and it's good. It's positive. And these are magical to me, these cards. I've had them forever, ever. And all of them I talked to. And I would have done it the same as this lady, except for a few changes I would have made because I've talked to a lot of these people. But she did a great job, man, and they came alive. Pavariti, though, there's a whole story around her, and you can spell it, Paravati, if you guys want to look it up, but I don't want to go in the whole thing. But she basically went to a cave in the mountains and then walked out and seen her reflection after she had been there. It's a whole story. But basically, she went up to the mountains. So it could be, but I also felt water. So it could be somewhere that's mountains with water, which is that there's like big, there's a lot of places that have that shit anywhere. So anyway, I feel like there's something near water, but it also feels mountainy. So take that how you want it. And there it goes, spooky. Cause love is kind of crazy with a spooky little girl like me. Juicy, spooky. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. Oh, and whatever you're not wanting to see, just remember, move on through that lesson with spiritual knowingness, and you'll never have to meet it again. You'll never have to dick around with any kind of bullshit of repeating Groundhog Day. You just have to see it. You have to be conscious, raise up your awareness, call in your guides and angels daily, which you should be already doing, and get that feminine balance, because something in your masculine's blocking you. It's almost like, oh, I'm going to hold on to all this shit. But as soon as you get rid of shit, it creates a void for the universe to fill. And holding on to it is not serving anyone. And I think that's also, we can do this any way we want. Baby, we can do it. Take the time, do it right. We can do it, baby. All right. Anyway, so I hope this was helpful. I know that was a lot, and I could have kept going. So I hope you got some good shit out of that, and contemplated. If you have questions or want to go further into that for your personal self, you have my website below. And I wish you guys so many blessings, and I'm so happy that you guys are here to raise up raise it on up. Raise it on up to that deluxe apartment in the sky. Raise it on up. All right, babes. I wish I could stay on here and tell you all about my Halloween costume that my daughter and I did, and then also but I'm gonna do, actually. Maybe we'll do. Hey, it would be cool if I did Scorpio if it works out for my channeling part. But I already know it's coming. But if that would be cool if I was doing it, why? So you guys could see my costume. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna do like um just a jungle cave jungle person. It seems easy because I got a lot of shit from there, and it's kind of cold, so I could get warm with that shit. But anyway, we'll see. Um, I did Jungle Jude Poison Ivy version with and she did female Chucky. She's a female Chucky. She wanted to embrace her female Chucky, her feminine energy. She was so cute. It was cool. Anyway, it was fun. So I am always happy to Halloween. It's my favorite. I love it so much. I don't even know. I love it. I would dress up every day if somebody would do it with me. Okay, guys. So much blessings. I love y'all. Don't forget about that Wheel of Fortune. Waiting. Oh yeah. One more song. One more. We're gonna hi. Thank you, Tom. Yeah. Because the waiting is the hardest part, Don't let it fool you, babe. Don't let it get to you. The Wheel of Fortune. Don't let this go too far. Oh no, that's the King of Wands. Yeah, and you even got the Queen and the King of Wands. And that just cracks me up because that's the balance right there too. Again, it just keeps coming up. So, anyways, that's the deal. Don't carry the heavy load. Don't let people deceive you. You should know by now how to receive and to have this so that you can bring Ganesh and Lakshmi, and they want to come in and break the barriers down with the whole deal. Where's Ganesh? Let's leave us with Ganesh and Lakshmi. What did I do with you, honey? Do I have to get out my painting and show everybody that it's not done yet? I don't know. I'm not going to do it though. So you can just kiss my ass. It's funny. There he is. Okay, there's Ganesh. There's Lakshmi. We want to get here, Akashic Record Keepers. We want to get here. And he's the elephant too, which is the Akashic Record Keeper of the earth and the whales like the ocean, And Lakshmi's just throwing fucking gold coins all around because she's the counterpart here, the female masculine energy. Okay, that's what we want to get here, and you can't find it outside of you. You might be able to find it with with a group. Like maybe you go on the retreat, and then you can be with like-minded people. I feel like a lot of people maybe I haven't really found their tribe yet, and we've been doing well, but don't forget the temperance and all the things, and don't compare yourself to where you are because you have to wait right now, and stop clinging to the past. I don't give a shit if it's your past life or what the hell happened, and you don't really need to think about it too much to heal where you are right now. We need to stop looking. I mean, the past is very, very, very good to know and to reflect on, but only that, not to be stuck in it with the ego and the secondary consciousness, the neocortex, which we love because it is very necessary, but we don't want it ruling us. That's how we get programmed. All right, y'all. Namaste, and I love y'all, and I really, really pray for all of us to just keep raising it up in the light. All right, blessings, namaste, and I'll see you next time, probably for Halloween. All right, bye. We'll see. All right.